Hey, welcome back. Jalen here with those racing guys. We're back today for an episode of engine mounts. We're installing these racing engine mounts in my 2003 NB Miata, and we're doing it blind. No YouTube University tutorials. You're gonna see us make some mistakes. And essentially, I think what it is 3 bolts, and then we take out the old ones, and we gotta install these hookaroos because this actual mount is for an NB1, so the 99 to 2000 NB Miata. And we're gonna try to make this puck work for this car. We're gonna have it ready by November 13th, and we're gonna see what kind of changes it makes to the drive come track day. Stick around. So on to our engineer, Collin. What's your assessment?
That's an engine.
What do we got to do?
It shouldn't be too bad. We have a couple of engine mounts. Luckily, we have a engine hoist. This can be done using a normal jack as well. You would have to just put it under the oil pan and just be careful to not put too much pressure on it. You would basically jack it up, loosen up the engine mounts, and then jack it up the rest of the way to get them out. But since we have the engine crane, we're gonna make our lives a little bit easier and just use that.
Thanks, Robbie.
quite a bit of difference between these two types. Obviously noticeable difference. This only has 3 bolt mounts, whereas this has 4. And it's because, if I get this rotated around the right way, how these are, is this actually has this extra leg that runs back and bolts further back onto the engine. Unfortunately, at this point in time, this is when we had realized that we had made a momentous mistake that would cost us several hours.
So what we're trying to do, if we can get the camera in there, is get those 2 bolts, which we'll probably circle in post-production, and something else down there.
Moral of the story, take the wheels off.
Yeah, take the wheels off. Notice wheels over there.
All right, YouTubes. It's Jalen here on a Sunday morning with Collin, and just a quick update. We messed up in more than one ways. So we were successful in pulling out the engine mounts. We swapped the puck out. We're able to.
Yeah, that didn't go too hot.
Yeah, didn't go too hot. We were able to somehow put the mounts back in, but now the holes won't line up, and so.
Well, we couldn't even get the one mount in to begin with.
Yeah, we took forever to get one of the mounts in. But the result right now is we have both mounts in. We are having a difficult time getting the left side of the mount aligned for the holes to put the bolts back in.
All right, so after a couple days, since we initially attempted this, lessons learned, we picked up a load leveler instead of using straps. The big thing we're running into now, it's hard to see down here, but some of the bolt holes aren't lining up. So we're hoping that using the load leveler will help get that. The other thing that we got all of us out are a couple of these. They're basically just center punches, but you can actually use these to help line up a hole, just don't force it too hard. The nice thing is because they're tapered, you can push the hole into place a little bit better. One other thing that we did note during this installation is you should definitely do the driver's side first, because the driver's side has just a single hole versus the passenger side has a slot. So it's easier to get the bolt into the passenger side than the driver's side. One other thing that we had to do is because of the style of engine mount that we replaced it with, it has an all-threaded rod that goes through, and the stud was too long, so we actually had to space it out so that it slot back into the hole correctly. We kind of skipped ahead a little bit. We didn't really film it, but we got the last of the bolts into this mount, got both of the hard mount studs tightened on, just getting the wheel back on it. pro tip is it's much easier to get access and tighten everything with the wheels off, so you should definitely do that. But I'm just gonna button everything up and then we'll start it up and see how much rougher it is now that we have harder mounts in here. That's a lot of vibration.
You wanna pop the hood?
Look at this hot chair.
You wanna pop the hood?
Wait a little bit.
Alright, pop it in. Give it a little gas. No. It's not moving. See how flat it is? Before, if you rev it, the engine would like turn like